everybody, we are back. It is Taped on Live, favorite Raiders podcast, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it, hit the dislike button if you don't like it, leave a comment if you like it, leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasups.com, discount code TDL for 25% off. And also, Matt has a new offer that we got for you guys. If you go ahead and explain that, Matt.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about this. Started getting this in the works, I think, last week, but got a partnership going on with Homage, where if you've seen some of their stuff, they do a lot of like throwbacks, kind of shirts and t-shirts, and they wanted me to share this jacket that they just released, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago, right ahead of the season. So figured I'd show you guys, do the best with my little camera here. It's a throwback 90s. Let's see if you can see the whole thing. I'll back up a little bit. Throwback 90s little Raiders jacket. Let's see, we got the old school Raiders logo with the silver background on there. Also, big same logo, just bigger on the backside. Looks pretty sweet. And it's I know it looks kind of like more like just like a regular windbreaker, but it's actually, let's see if I can show this on the screen. It's actually lined pretty well. Like you can kind of see it more like a little I don't know what you call it, like a pullover jacket, I guess. So it's nice and warm for you if you're out in the cold or once you get into those December days and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty sweet jacket. So check out Homage. We got a QR code
right here. Here's a QR code, guys. You go hit that pause button, and then get your phone out and point the camera at it. Get the QR code.
Yeah. But yeah, check out that if you want to get that jacket. Like I said, pretty sweet. A lot better quality than I actually thought it was going to be. They also got some dope shirts. I'll share those on a couple of other episodes that we got. But yeah, just follow that link. That link right there is going to take you right to the jacket. I think we'll have one in the description of the show too, just in case you missed it on the QR code. But yeah, if you follow that link, you can also just kind of scroll through and see what kind of shirts they have. They got some dope like NFL Blitz stuff. That was one of my favorite things. I used to love playing Blitz back in the day. Some dope Bo Jackson stuff, Ashton Genty, Max Crosby. But yeah, check them on out.
All right, guys. Yeah, definitely check it out, support the channel, and get you a jacket with TDL. All right. I just want to say that felt very TikTok influencer. You did a great job.
I know, right?
That was great. When you did the inside thing, I was like, okay, man. I was like, all right,
I've been doing my research. I wish I still had the box. We could do a full like unboxing. Be like, oh my god, look at this.
Oh man!
A girl that does what, like the 5-second like reveals or whatever.
Yeah, man. You killed it, man. You killed it. All right, so guys, we're talking about Patriots preview today. So you're getting ready for the Raiders game with the Patriots. Dove into some film. Matt did Milton Williams and Christian Gonzalez, who Christian Gonzalez might not play, but that's gonna be up in the air. We'll probably talk about that more on Friday Night Live, but because we have a better idea by then, because the injury report will be out and all the information. And then I'm doing Drake Maye and then Travion James White Henderson. So
I like how you introduced that.
Yeah, Travion James White Harrison. That's just
Henderson
on him. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You had it right the first time.
Okay. All right. So we're doing that, and then anything else happened? We got the new depth chart. I got it up here. Raiders dropped a new depth chart. Nothing really surprising that much, but
still got the or for the RB2. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like the biggest and it's not even a surprise at this point. This was kind of known. Was officially it looks like Kyle Luke Kelly won the starting job over Darian Porter, which again I think we all expected, but definitely. I don't know, good's the right word, but no, we know it's settled at this point stage. So we know who the starting quarterbacks are moving forward. I like Kyle Luke Kelly in the one of the 2 preseason games he played, so I'm interested to see what he can do. And then of course Stokes out there too is the other question mark. But obviously, as we know, that cornerback room is going to be very fluid throughout the year. Could be a new starters next week, maybe. You can never know.
Yeah, and then especially if Kyle Kelly doesn't play well, we could get some new starters there. Basically, my concern is that they have no backup slot corners. Their slot corner is Darnay Holmes. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, guys. All right.
I still feel like they're probably going to go with like three safeties, like put Chris Smith back there, and then maybe try Chin at the nickel. But again, even that has its own issues and stuff. But the other one that's interesting is Brennan Jackson listed as an outside linebacker instead of a DN. That's a better scheme fit for him, like positionally, but more of like that is more of your like edge defender, if you will, but like the stand up backer type. So
Yeah, nothing too crazy here. I guess just having JJ Bagese and Tonka Hemingway in the back here. But I expect Thomas Booker starting. I know a lot of fans are excited about that, but I'm interested to see how that actually goes in a live football game. Because it's going to be key for them to stop the run in this game. Like it's going to be key. So we'll see how that goes with them. And then I think it's going to be a really tough game for the offensive line. We're going to figure out how good they are too. That's going to be key. We're going to figure out how good they are really quickly in this game. So, because you're going over Milton Williams, you're doing Barmore. So they got Williams, Barmore. I was looking at this. I actually got the whole depth chart up here for the Patriots. This is their depth chart for today. So on offense, when I watched, I don't think if they can stop the run, we're going to go over Drake Maye a little bit, just because he's struggling in this offense a little bit. He's struggling to pick it up. You're not struggling to pick it up. It's just it's an anticipation offense, and I think he's seeing things late, and he's kind of just he's got to learn. I'm not saying next year he won't just be killing it in this offense, but I think right now where the Raiders are facing him is a good time. So I think if they stop the run and the offensive line is up and down, so and they got a young rookie out there, so
we're
gonna see how that goes.
2 rookies, really. That's crazy.
Yeah.
2 rookies on the left side.
Jerry Wilson's a rookie too, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. So Adam Butler and then Malcolm Kuntz, we're gonna see how that goes and see if how good Will Campbell is week 1. And that's gonna be big on Malcolm Kuntz, and then I Crosby can handle Moses. I'm not worried about that. And Owenu is probably one of the best ones, but I also saw Garrett Bradbury get just monster bull rushed by a backup from the Vikings. So we'll see how that goes with that. But even with some of the wide receivers, it's just Stephon Diggs is probably the best player here. You know what I mean? It's just not the nothing to be too scared about. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Diggs does kind of worry me just because he's a veteran against a very young secondary and a couple of very young corners. I mean, I guess Stokes has been around for a while, but you know what I mean? Like, that's just not a great matchup. And if he is fully recovered from the torn ACL, I mean, he's a consistent 1,000-yard receiver. And then Douglas he's actually come along in the slot the last few years. Booty just kind of depends on what guy they get, but yeah, not like a ton that strikes too much fear on you. It's just, can this secondary that has a lot of question marks hold up is the bigger question.
Yeah, so I mean, on the defensive side of the ball is when I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be an interesting game for them, because they got Chase on, right? You know how Chase on plays. Barmore, Tonga, who's a pretty good player, and then Milton Williams, who I believe you can run against, but I'll see if you go over that, Matt. But definitely a nasty pass rusher. And Harold Landry, third, who's had some. He's probably not the best as he used to be, but I'm sure he's still got some pass rushers in there. And then we got our boy Robert Spillane. Christian Ellis is an upcoming linebacker. Carlton Davis, good player. Christian Gonzalez might not play. And then the safeties, I'm not too familiar with, but since it looks like Kyle Duggar got demoted a little bit there, but yeah, I think defensively is we're gonna see how good this offense is. But I think the defense, this is not going to be the toughest game in the world for them, because I think they're kind of built to beat how this team is. So we'll see, though. We'll see how that goes. Any other thoughts, Matt, before we get into some of these players here?
I mean, not much. The one surprising thing is seeing Chase on starting over a guy like Keon White, who's typically a little bit better against the run. But Keon White's he's struggled to find a position throughout his entire tenure. But I think it is right. I think you are right. Like, you can't run at these guys. I'm focusing more on Milton Williams as a pass rusher, just because that's how the Eagles primarily used him. For the most part, they kind of kept it to Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis on the early down. So you can run at Williams a little bit. That's where I think that's where part of me was a little bit surprised that he got so highly paid. He's the second highest paid defensive tackle behind Chris Jones at this stage, and he's really more of a third down type of player. But I'll tell you what, man, we'll get into the film. He's a pretty freaking good pass rusher. He can get after you with a bull rush. He can beat you with finesse. He's good on line games. He's quick. He's gonna be a problem for the interior three, who are reshuffled and kind of looking to prove themselves. All three of them in different regards.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna see a lot about my new nickname for Dylan Parham is Fat Boy 66. So we're gonna see a lot about Fat Boy 66. Is that weight helps, and then JPJ, Jordan Meredith. We'll see how good that is, because I mean that's what we wanted from Parham, to kind of stop these elite guys that can kind of push him back, and this could be a good test for him, because I think he lines up right in front of him for the most part. He did with the Eagles. I don't know what he's gonna look like with the Patriots too much, but yeah, he's a legit player. And then you're doing Christian Gonzalez as well, who might not play, but
Yeah. I mean, so Christian Gonzalez said last year, I think he was a second team All Pro, and battled injuries throughout his career, missed almost, I think, all but like four games as a rookie. So, I mean, hopefully for the Raiders' sake, he doesn't play. But the one thing I will say that like you can get him, and I'll show this too, is he's not the greatest change of direction type of guy. Like he can kind of struggle getting in and out of his breaks. He's a taller corner. Like we'll see a few clips too. Like so, and part of it was like part of me was sitting there like he's going up against Tyreek Hill, so I'm like you want to respect that guy's speed. But then the other part of my brain is like, well, if Trey Tucker can win deep early or whatever, he is not even if he doesn't like even if he doesn't necessarily get targeted, but if he can kind of show off that speed and threaten it, and then later on in the game hit the brakes and run those corner routes, like I think that's how you can get Christian Gonzalez. Like you'll see a few of these reps where he's a damn good corner, but like they're far from elite reps. So with he's trying to get in and out of his breaks and getting in and out of his transitions and stuff like that. So if he does play, that's one spot where I think you kind of target him and pick on him a little bit and at least test him in that regard.
Yeah. That's why I think in this game the Raiders got to come out passing, because if Mitt Williams isn't on the field on first and second down, you want to take advantage of that with some passing.
Very good
right?
point.
Right. And then you want to start moving the ball that way. And because I think you want to get up early on them, because when it comes to the offense, I'm doing a Travion Henderson, just one, because I think he's going to be a big factor in this offense. I think Josh McDaniels, I get to see how he's used in preseason. I'm going to go over his preseason film, and he looked really good. That he's going to be that guy where, he might have like 60 to 65 catches this year. Just so, because, Drake Maye is, having some issues. He has a check down guy that can make some plays for him. So, and he also has this other play I showed on here where he that blocking is there. It's still there. Everything you saw on film from him is there. So I think McDaniels probably saw him and was like, yeah, I can use that. I can do whatever I want. I can do with him. And Stevenson's pretty good too. Like Ramondre Stevenson, he looked pretty good in the one preseason game I watched. I think he was hurt in the other one maybe. And they got Antonio Gibson, who's not that bad either. But but on third down, and maybe even on some other downs, you're going to see Henderson out there, and he's going to be blocking. He's doing check downs. He's going to be running wheel routes. He's probably going to run some, Atlanta Roberts and Devin White are going to be attacked. Like that is the first thing I thought. I'm like, oh my God, he's attacked. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to go right at them. He's going to do a lot of choice routes with Henderson against those guys, especially even when you play zone. You could set it up where you're having those linebackers having to kind of guard them in some type of way. Especially if the Raiders get into quarters, then they're going to get ate up, bro. So that's what they got to worry about. They got to worry about him more than the other receivers. I think they can, if they can kind of get the pass rush going, I think they can kind of slow down this offense, because Drake Maye is just unsure of himself. I'm not saying he's bad right now. He's unsure of himself. Like, and it's a tough offense for a quarterback that comes out in this era, because it's so anticipation based. It's just like pure 90s quarterback offense. And I think Drake Maye is adjusting to playing pure 90s quarterback. And that's going to be an adjustment for him, just because he's never really played it. He hasn't had to. They don't do that anymore. Right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be different for him.
Yeah. That offense at North Carolina was pretty simple. If you remember, even when like Van Allen was in it, and May executed pretty well. I thought he did like a decent job in that offense of going through his reads, but going through the Josh McDaniels offense where you got to be on time consistently is an adjustment. But the one thing I would say too, like you brought up the linebackers, like Hunter Henry's been a pretty damn good receiving tight end for a while too. So I think he's probably a guy that they're going to want to try and feature too, especially if they find a weak spot in some of these coverage linebackers. So definitely a few guys to look out for are the safety nets, the Henderson on the checkdowns, and probably a little bit of Hunter Henry too.
Yeah, damn Kyle Shanahan tape, man. Just he's gonna be like, look at that. Look at Leonard Roberts trying to guard Ricky Purcell. You know what I mean? I'm just all right, Matt. Let's get into some Milton Williams here and some Patriots defense.
All right, so I'm actually going to start out a little bit with some Christian Gonzalez stuff. Again, I won't spend too much time on this because good chance he won't play. But this was one pretty damn good rep from him going against, I believe that's Tyreek. Maybe it's Jalen Waddle, but either way, the thing that stood out to me the most is like if you watch Christian Gonzalez's eyes, like he's looking at the quarterback, but he's still going to see that out route and then kind of open up his hips with using his peripheral vision, and he damn near makes a play on this ball. So yeah, just to kind of show you a little bit of what he can do. Tyler Huntley also just had a lot of effort throws in this game.
Yeah.
Like that one. It wasn't open, but also can't blame him.
Yeah.
And this is where he gets really dangerous. He loves undercutting these routes. Like you see this little slant route. When he reads it, and this is cover 2 look, it looks like from maybe cover 6, where he can kind of sit and squat and then just read the quarterback's eyes, and that's where he's dangerous. He undercuts it, ends up making a hell of a play to get the pick here. Get an even better look at the catch here from end zone view. You can see he just kind of comes in that picture late.
Yeah. Kind of baited him a little bit too.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I forgot OBJ was on the Dolphins last year. That's kind of
funny. Yeah. It's a sad film to watch, man. I was like, oh, you're done, bro. Oh my God. But anyways, keep going.
But yeah, so this next one, again, obviously doesn't get targeted here. This was just impressive to me because this, I know for a fact this is Tyreek. And I mean, you'll see like they're trying to scheme him open by putting him in motion, that Mike McDaniel special. And on top of it, like they're trying to set up a pick, but Gonzalez does a great job of recognizing it, avoiding the pick, and he runs a 4.3. So he can stay on top of a lot of guys if he ends up playing. Next rep, just a press coverage rep against Tyreek. I mean, he's again just kind of going over the speed. Like he runs with them stride for stride.
Yeah,
good job getting his hands on them there too at the line of scrimmage. And on top of it, on the scramble drill, I think if I forget who tips it, but I think if that guy doesn't tip it, I think Gonzalez might make that pick because you can see him like again undercut that. And if that ball like doesn't get tipped. Might be another pick. He has another one in coming.
And you were not wrong about Huntley just throwing the ball up. Like, what was that? Where was he?
Oh yeah, this was all game. Yeah. If you were in the Snoop Huntley, or one of the Raiders claimed Snoop Huntley, close your eyes on some of these throws. He was just chucking them up. I think this is the one I'm talking about. Yeah, the over route again. Another good job, especially like I like this one too because like. He uses the back line of the end zone as his friend, like this drag route against Tyreek. Again, another tough route to cover against the speed demon. And then once he recognizes, hey, I can use the deep back of the end zone with my friend, now he starts to undercut it. He's got to finish.
Yeah.
Nice job by Tyreek playing DB, but hell of a rep too by Gonzalez. Should have been his second pick of the game. Yeah, dude, Tyler Hunt. What are you doing, dude?
Like what is he doing? I mean, Jalen Waddle was wide open too. He's like an easier throw for you.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. We're getting on a tangent. Going up against Calvin Ridley, that was the one thing that I don't know if the Pats would do this again. Presuming Christian Gonzalez plays, I don't know if the Pats will do this with their new scheme, but he followed their number one receiver like for the most of the game. Not all the time, but they played a lot of man coverage last season, and he was you see him here going up against the slot against Calvin Ridley and doing a great job playing the flat fade route and getting a PBU on there. I will say that we'll see it later. He can't have some issues locating the ball. Now this first one, let's see which one we got. This first one's actually one of his better breaks on it, but like you can see, like when he starts figuring a guy's speed, kind of plays off, and like the transitions aren't as quick, and that's probably one of his better ones, to be honest with you. One of his better reps that he had. It's going to be a little curl route again. I think he lands up in press coverage here to start, and they end up playing cover 3. But for the most part, it looks like he's matching Tyreek Hill all the way. Like you can see, like just his transition.
Yeah.
Kind of like takes those extra few steps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so. And rounds it off too.
Exactly, yeah. And Hill does a good job of coming back to the ball. So if Thornton or Trey Tucker can do that and make him feel his speed a little bit, I think he might start to panic and play a little bit deeper. Against Ridley, yeah, this one was an ugly one. This one I believe was just pure man. Cover 1, I think. Yeah, like you can see, like. Dig route. He just struggles to make that turn. I will say, I think his his like DB coach or something quote tweeted me on Twitter and said, "Please run these." So I'm assuming that means he was working on it in the offseason.
He did.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, "Oh, okay,
That's hilarious. Get shit talked to you by the DB coach. Remember?
It was. I was damn. I was bodied. I didn't have anything to say.
Oh, I keep my bad.
You good. You good. Next one going to be a slant route from Ridley, and this is where I think like a guy like Jacoby could kind of win against him, especially again since he likes to follow, or at least last year like to follow the top receiver. Like you see a little bit of that like diamond release that you're talking about, where Ridley's going to stem it outside for his first few steps, then jab step on the inside. And what Ridley also does is he takes a couple more steps up the field before breaking in, and you'll see where that does to Gonzalez. Like now you're really testing his change of direction. This is a better ball, which Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
That might be, I mean, it's Ridley one-on-one with the safety, maybe so.
Yeah. This is why I took Calvin Ridley in fantasy, because Cam Ward's not going to miss that.
Very true. Very true. He still had 1,000 yards without him, or with their quarterback combo last year. Now, this one to me, he plays this so weird. Like he starts outside leverage, goes into inside leverage, and it's man. So I'm assuming he's trying to use the sideline as his friend and like take away the middle of the field. He doesn't really maintain his leverage. Like he kind of lets Ridley get on top of him, and on top of it too, he's clearly thinking he's going for the vertical route because he opens those hips all the way. And then again, when you don't have the change of direction skills, like I think his hips are fine, but you can see even he had that little stumble. Just goes up the dig. Nice catch in traffic by Ridley too. Yeah. Another Mason Rudolph special where he has a wide open guy and throws it high. You're gonna be pissed off if you're Ridley.
Yeah, for sure.
Which one is it? Oh yeah, this one. So this is what I was talking about, where I feel like he's not great. Yeah, Calvin Ridley. Sorry, but this one's where I was talking about where I don't think he's great, like playing with his back to the quarterback. Like we saw the one clip earlier where he played the slot fade well, but like we'll see another example here in a second. He has a great job staying in phase on this out and up route, and he's clearly using the safety as his help. Like he wants to play from the trail position, but then he never like finds the ball. And like to me, like with Ridley looking up here, like he can turn and locate it, and like you might be able to make a play on it or something like that. But he ends up just kind of running by. It might look like from this angle that he pokes it out, but we'll see it from the end zone view here. Like this is just a pure drop by Ridley, and I think he felt the safety coming. Like you can see, like that hit Ridley in both hands. Whoops, going the wrong way. Like he should have had that. Like Gonzalez, I mean, I guess he's kind of impacting it, but again, he's just not that great at locating the ball with his back to the quarterback. You can see a similar thing here. This one was another one that was incompletion, and he does a great job of using the sideline as his friend, and like he ends up forcing Tyreek Hill out. So I'm not gonna say this is a bad rep by any means, but like you'll see, like if you watch his head, he's gonna turn and look this way, expecting the back shoulder, and they throw the fade and damn near complete it for a touchdown. You can see it right there. Like he's looking the wrong way, and Hill almost comes up with a hell of a catch, but really, Gonzalez at least did a good enough job squeezing him towards the sideline. Force that incompletion. But yeah, that's Christian Gonzalez again. Not sure, 100% sure if he's going to play. But moving on to the guy that we are confident is going to be suiting up, Milton Williams. And again, I'm going to focus on him as a pass rusher, and he's pretty damn nasty. Like this is I believe that's Avila, who's usually a pretty good lineman there for the Rams. And I mean, he just dog walks him in the back.
Yeah.
And he's consistent with this. Like he's fast off the ball. Like if you see, like right here, like got his hand in there to like right on Avila's chest, helmet under his, and he keeps his feet moving through contact. And the other thing that I like too is like you'll see him be like square now. He's going to start to work to get on the edge, and that allows him to escape and then go get the sack. Pretty consistent with this.
Yeah.
This next one, I believe, is going to be his like worst bull rush that we're going to see. Like he kind of loses some pass rush lane integrity, and you'll see Jaden Daniels go off, and Daniels actually gets a big run. But I hate to break it to us, Geno Smith ain't doing this. Geno Smith ain't 25 and taking off with his legs.
Yeah.
But even so, like we'll see more examples against Allegretti here, but he did not want any part of Milton Williams' bull rush. Again, I think if Williams does a better job of staying inside here, he can probably end up getting the sack.
Mm-hmm.
But the point I'm trying to drive home here is he can just really collapse the pocket and with that bull.
Good Lord.
Yeah. This next one, I believe, is going to be better. This one came from the playoff. The one before was that Week 17 game. But yeah, this one was a lot better. So he did a much better job of maintaining his pass rush lane and staying on the inside, and it didn't give Jaden that crease up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The result is still the same, or the result is different. Bull rush is still the same. Where I mean, Allegretti's on skates the entire way.
Yeah.
Damn near sacked the quarterback on his own. It's the Super Bowl here against the Chiefs. This one was crazy too, because you'll see Creed Humphrey obviously like try and go help, but Milton Williams is just so dominant and wins at the point of attack here with his bull rush. Again, boom. Not even his best rep with his pad level, but still has the hands inside, and those legs just never stop moving. So by the time that Creed Humphrey's able to come help him, I mean, we're already a few yards in the backfield, and Humphrey can't do much at that stage. And on top of it, too, like we'll see a better example of this too. But watch Williams' inside arm there. He's going to do a good job of forklifting that off. You see, like right there, how he gets that hand out in the air.
Yeah.
Right there. And he escapes and goes and gets a strip sack and recovers it on his own too. So that's a hell of a play.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what I was alluding to before too. As his counter, so we saw him pretty much dominate Allegretti earlier with the bull rush. Then as a counter, he'll do a pretty good job of getting square. Like he gives himself like a two-way go. He can go outside, go inside. And he also has a really good use of hands. Like as a pass rusher, like you'll see him catch this outside hand of Allegretti and just basically forklift that off of him. And on top of it, you might have heard me talk about this, especially with defensive tackles. His hips are super fluid, where he can kind of get them pointed like basically perpendicular to the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
That helps him clear the lower half, and then go get
nice.
that win. Go get that pressure on Jaden Daniels. Also, this was a good reminder of how damn good Jalen Carter is, because a lot of these reps, he's back there too.
Yeah.
Again, another one against old Allegretti, who I think if he never heard Milton Williams' name again, he'd probably be all right. Ball's out quickly on this one. Yeah. Ball's out quick too, which doesn't help, but like again, see, same basic move, like he just kind of knocks that outside hand down, and then at that point, like it doesn't matter what you do, finish however you want to do it. Gets a rip move this time. It's a clean win. Any longer, and that's gonna be a sack.
Mm-hmm.
That ball skipped on Jaden because the pressure started to come. So
yeah,
it goes to show what that pass rush can do. Again, one more time, just for good measure.
Lord.
What I like about this one too is like you're gonna see the Commanders like slide pro to their right, defense's left, and then the left tackle sticks on the edge rusher. So what that does is they're trying to help Allegretti out here by like basically giving him help and taking away the inside. But what Williams does is he recognizes it, and then he's just so damn quick and so agile that he can cross the face and then use those hands and then just win on the outside lane. And that's smart because, again, the left tackle is occupied with the edge. And, I mean, he obviously doesn't know this, but the back ends up releasing. So now Allegretti has no help, and he can go just get a clean win and force Jaden Daniels to throw it away. Obviously, could be playing a different scheme in New England, but judging on how much success him and Jalen Carter had on these little DT twists last year, I think the Patriots are going to run this. I think we can expect to see this with Barmore and Milton Williams on Sunday. I think you'll see Carter do a pretty good job across the center's face, and then occupying Dawson here too, and he wins, which helps. And then meanwhile, Williams, what I like that he does on this one is he's going to work up the field with his first two steps to kind of sell or disguise the game. And then on top of it, he has the agility So as he's moving laterally, still gain ground and kind of close on the quarterback and take the most efficient path. So when
Yeah.
Carter gets tripped and can't finish that sack, he's in a great spot to be able to clean it up and ends up taking the inside, the open pass rushing lane, because again the center gets beaten and Dotson goes to go help, and top of it gets another strip sack.
Yeah. Jalen Carter, he didn't break his ACL right, tear his ACL right there, man. That's scary.
He's got lucky on him. This next one, I mean, I think they're a little cross up here. It looks like they both go to like penetrate, which helps a little bit, but just kind of goes to show like he can also do it from the other end too. Like he does a great job of just attacking the center, and with the turn of right, turning the center right, he ends up catching him off guard.
Mm.
And still ends up getting the QB hit here. So again, new scheme, new team and whatnot, but if the Patriots are smart, they'll keep that going. They'll keep running these line games. This next one can be a TE stunt. Him as a penetrator again. Like you can see, like it's just super effective, and like basically everything as a pass rusher he does well. Let's put it that way. Like you'll see on this one, like does a good job of tracking Tooney, the left guard's inside shoulder here, and that's going to get the left tackle, and that's going to get the guard's attention. Right, so he crosses the face and he gets the guard to open up his hips, which is going to open things up for Josh Sweat, because now that guard can't set his feet and anchor. So Sweat, who even has to deal with beating a chip block, now can win at the point of attack against 66 here. And Sweat does miss the sack, but because Williams did a great job on the stunt, and he also beats Tooney, he's able to come clean it up and get that cleanup sack. Show up on the stat sheet, excuse me. So, yeah. Put it in perspective, 2 sacks in the Super Bowl. I have 2 sacks against the Rams too. And, I mean, we saw 4 of them on the 10 clips that we had. Again, win with power, has good use of hands, can win with finesse, fluid hips, and all that stuff. And on top of it, is athletic enough and physical enough to be able to do both things you want as a pass rusher. You can run at him, but on third downs, that guy's a monster, and that's why that guy got paid. So,
yeah. I mean, it's very clear that he is a monster. Watching that film, and yeah, I mean, when he was coming out, that was kind of like the knock on him a little bit, was that he wasn't the best run defender, and he's kind of a pure pass rusher. You kind of just kind of see that still, but that's why I think that if he's not going to be on the field early, and maybe the Patriots are putting him on the field, and they're going to see what they could do, maybe see if he can play all 3 downs. Then if they don't, though, that's why I said they got to pass early. Like they got to do a lot of play action. They got to get the ball moving and try to keep him off the field as much as possible. And then maybe if they start moving the ball passing and they get him on the field, and they can start running the ball, start running at him. So that would be my game plan.
Yeah. And I think, like you said too, like if he is going to be starting on first and second downs, and like especially early in the game, try and run at him as much as you can. Run some duo, make him fight against some double teams, and just wear him down a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like that's kind of the game plan against a guy like Chris Jones, who they're pretty similar in their play styles at the very least. And there's only one guy that's getting paid more than Milton Williams, and that's Chris Jones. So
yeah, for sure. All right. And of course, Christian Gonzalez, we don't know if he's going to play though, but he's definitely a top-notch NFL corner. He's just not perfect. You know what I mean? He's not like a complete, obviously. I mean, Calvin Ridley's doing some of those moves to him, and some guys, sometimes at corner you get beat, but he's a playmaker too as well. So you got to worry about that. I mean, just a smart player, playmaker, making that undercut diving interception is crazy. So definitely a special player. All right. Let's get into some offense here. All right, so we start off with Henderson here, and kind of just go over basically a little bit of him running the ball and what you're going to see with him running the ball, and also pass catching and blocking, all of it. He's going to be the third down back here. So we're going to get some classic Patriots crack toss here, with the I formation. So that run right there, you can kind of just that natural speed there on that crack toss. All right, so we can watch this one more time here. So what I like is just kind of the patience he has a little bit, and before he gets to top speed, he allows these blocks to develop. Allows Will Campbell to get out here. They missed a crack block, but 87's right there to pick that up. Boom, right. 58's doing his job there, and of course Will Campbell is just about to drive this corner into the stands.
Yeah.
So this is great blocking here, right? And the Raiders have what I would say that this linebacker here, the Raiders can't be doing this. When you see Josh McDaniels here in an I formation like this, and you see this guy come in, you got to be thinking crack toss.
Yep.
Until it's not crack toss, right? So if you do what this linebacker did, he's blitzing right here, this play's over. So you got to stay over the top to make sure you stop that crack toss. So you have to be ready for this because this is a staple of their offense.
Yeah.
They're going to run these crack tosses. Go ahead.
Back it up a little bit too. The other tell is the receiver in the cut split. And because that linebacker comes downhill, that's why they're able to get away with the missing the crack block and the fullback being able to pick that up. Because the linebacker blocks himself. Basically, 56 blocks himself.
Trying too hard to make a play week 1 preseason, man. Trying to make the football
Trying to make the team, man.
All right, and then this is 3rd and 10. All right, so this is 3rd and 10. I mean, you can kind of clearly see where this play is going because they have no linebackers here. I mean, this is some Brian Flores type of stuff. So, but you're gonna see a classic Patriots draw. You get the draw play here going. You just see the hole open up, right? It's good blocking there. I think they got how many linemen they got in here? I think they got a backup in here. 77, I think he's a backup, but you see Campbell and then Bradbury, Owenu, and it's just easy run. But like this, like I said, he's a 3rd down back. If it's 3rd and 10 and you're giving him a certain look, they're gonna give him the ball and see what he can do. And he's so fast, he's gonna get that 10 yards. I think he got about 13 here, and he put his head down, gets that 13 yards to get a first down here on 3rd and 10. Of course, like I said, it's great blocking. It was a great, kind of matchup for the offensive linemen. I mean, they have all the numbers here. You got we got 4 against 4 basically, and you got these two.
2-on-2.
Yeah, right. 2-on-2.
Got a hat on a hat.
Mm-hmm. Easy. All right. Now this run's just crazy. So just prepare yourself for this one. They did run a lot of outside zone, which is interesting. Okay. Now week 1 they ran power, and maybe they're doing kind of the same thing that the Raiders were doing, Chip Kelly was doing. But yeah, that's a little bit of Travion Henderson right there. That's just that run right there. So bring it back here. It's the I formation. They're going outside zone here. Now, you see here it's already kind of blocked up, right? Henderson, he's basically reading, 41, trying to see what he's going to do, right? What he does is a little quick jump cut, right? Because it's blocked up really well. And what he recognizes is that it is blocked up well, right? So everybody's pretty blocked up pretty well here. You see what Ono's doing, 52. I mean, this is already on the backside of the play, right? And there's good blocks here, right? You get a double team here on this defensive end. He just is able to stay patient, get around that. And you can see how he can get skinny, and just because he's a smaller player, then he just breaks a tackle. Has guys whiffing in the hole, touchdown.
Yeah. The way he just nice in that hole is damn impressive.
Right? It is
Not
just
a whole lot of room.
Not a whole lot of room. And I saw this do this at Ohio State. So this I'm saying, this dude is dangerous. I saw some Raiders fans say he's gonna get 100 yards rushing. I think you guys are being a little extra. You're just expecting the defense to be absolutely terrible. But like he is dangerous. He is dangerous.
Yeah.
I do think you got to worry about Stevenson, running the football. I don't think he's going to run the ball that much like he did in the preseason. But like in the passing game, which you're going to get to, you got to worry about him a little bit. So yeah, he's going to be the check down guy. See, just a little simple pass here. But see with Drake Maye, if that is going to be his outlet, right? You're getting a little kind of levels concept. But there's really nothing open. You just get it off to him, and you have to make a tackle like this. You have to be like this corner. This is important for like Caillou Blue Kelly, Eric Stokes. They have to come up and make this tackle just like Zero did right here.
Throw your body at him.
Yeah, just throw your body at him. You got to come up and make that play. It's important. Because if you don't, I'm going to show you the next play, what happens here. But it's a good tackle by 6 there. All right, so here's another example if you don't make the tackle. All right, so I'll let it run here. Just oops. And then here he goes. He gets that first down.
Dish out some punishment on the tackle.
Yeah. So it makes it real easy here. And you see here too how he sees things, how he sees the field, because he's looking for that ball right away. Right away, he gets here. Right, he doesn't even get worried about it because he knows it's wide open. And I believe this is kind of a part of a choice route. He's supposed to run a choice route here, but he sees it and sees how far the safety is, how open he is. He just looks for the ball right away. So allows Drake Maye to get him the football, and that safety comes up. This is what I'm talking about. You gotta make this tackle. Or you're gonna be giving up these little stupid 10-yard runs that can be frustrating for your team. And he almost sent a guy to the hospital here, run him over. So you see right here, it's that 1-on-1. You got to break down. You got to be able to make this tackle because he will break it. He's so slippery. And just boom. Look what he did to that dude, man. That dude did not get up. All right. So this is going to be now. This is the kind of be the dangerous play that the Raiders really have to be ready for. Okay, because they are playing. Looks like they're playing here some man here. Looks like there's some quarters. They're probably just playing some quarters here. Right. So even if the Raiders gonna play quarters, right? It's third down here. It's 3rd and 7, I believe, on this play. So I'll let it run here and kind of see what happens. You kind of do a little pick for him. The linebacker does a good job of breaking up this play, but this is something they're gonna do. Like I'm telling you right now, guys, they're gonna do this because you're getting this. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the way he runs that route, like he sells like the swing route, so that screws with the linebacker's angle. Like he comes flat and he ends up running a wheel. That's tough to cover.
Yeah, it's a good job by 41 though. I think he got around there. I know who that guy is. Man. Kind of a pass interference, but he got away with it. But this is something they're gonna do. They're gonna try to get. If this is Devin White or something like that, they're gonna try to get this guy 1-on-1, and you got to hope that Devin White makes the play like this, right? Even though I kind of would have wanted him to go over the top of this a little bit, but you're right. The swing route, right, is kind of what got him. Is why he came on that angle.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad throw. I think you see it from this backside here. Not a bad throw there, but guy got there a little early and kind of broke it up, but
yeah,
still made a nice play there. And of course, him as a pass blocker is just there. This is just him 1-on-1 with this player right here, and he just looks like an offensive lineman over here. So that's about it. 3rd down, he's gonna be on the field. I don't know what the other guys are doing, but on 3rd down, he's going to be on the field. I'm going to tell you that right now, because that is a great block from running back. I know that's a safety, and he's picking up a blitzer. That's a great block. Look at
that. Yeah, he had a little nasty to him at Ohio State. I remember that. Even blocking in the running game.
Yeah.
Do that. All
right, so let's get into Drake Maye. Right, so I think Drake Maye is kind of struggling in this offense a little bit. And it's not that he's struggling, I would say, because I'm gonna show his talent here, but it's also gonna be some big misses on a little bit on film, and you can just tell he's a little bit unsure of himself. Okay, so here we go on this one. He basically, I'll let it run here. Bring it back. You kind of can see it, but then he makes a great throw to Matt Collins here on the sideline. Right. All right. So basically, you're getting all verticals here, right? You're gonna get vertical here, and then a vertical from Mac Hollins. And the Vikings are going to be in looks like cover 2, right? So they're in cover 2 here.
Yeah.
They switch to cover 2. It looks like single high. They switch all the way to cover 2. That safety drops all the way back. Now, if you're Drake Maye, though, you kind of see this safety here and this safety there. This guy got to make a choice, right? So you have this guy in the worst position in the world. This guy's already biting on this. I mean, you could go here. Or, in my opinion, you can go here because this guy's worried about this. You can go here, and you can see him just kind of staring at it because he's unsure of himself. Mm-hmm. he's not sure where to pull that trigger yet.
Yeah.
But then he rolls out and then ends up making that throw, which shows off his talent a little bit. So you can see how talented he is as a quarterback. Like he can still beat you with his arm, but I think that what the Raiders got to do, they got to get some pressure on this offensive line, and kind of get him out of the pocket, just because he's so unsure of himself right now. Because it should be boom. He should be throwing this ball, in my opinion. I mean, even with his safety, right? And you get this safety going here, he should be staring at this safety where he can pick and choose, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of shows growth as a quarterback. But
it's a great throw. It's also great Brian Flores propaganda.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. That's a fucked up look in the preseason.
Hey man, he put it on film like, hey, Patrick Graham can do that. You know what I mean? Patrick Graham can do that.
Very true.
All right, so I'll let this one run too. This is a typical Patriots kind of routes here. Okay, so where you getting basically kind of get like a choice route here from Henry, and you're gonna get another hitch here, and you're gonna get a dig over the top. Okay, of course they're switching back to cover 2 again after a single high look. So this little single high looks like they're playing man quarter. Looks like they're playing man to man here. No, cover 2. And in my opinion, like he should be letting this ball rip right here. These guys are all the way down at the second level. He's letting this ball rip. He can get rid of this football, but he kind of panics here. Because I think he's looking. You'll see it back, and he's looking here. He knows where he's supposed to go with the football, but he kind of panics a little bit, and just because he didn't anticipate, he's late, right? So if he, on this offense, he's got the ball's already got to be out. You kind of see him bouncing a little bit. He kind of just panics. He kind of gets out of the pocket, and then there's nothing here.
Yeah. Bailed out of a clean pocket too.
Yeah. So you see from this, I mean, this is kind of the same play we saw with the Henderson block, but you kind of see from this side, right? And in my opinion, boom, the ball should be coming out, but he kind of came off it a little bit too quickly.
Yeah.
It's because he's like a little bit unsure of himself.
Yeah, he looks like he's thinking. He's thinking a lot right now.
And this is the second preseason game. It's not the first one. So even more practice in this offense, he's still just a little bit out of it a little bit here. So on this one, here's another one where it's kind of like, I mean, this is great coverage and really nobody open, but in my opinion, he has time here that if he can read this, he can come back to this side, and either this guy has to pick here or he can, and he has the arm for this. So I'm gonna be like this. So he can hit this right here. I mean, this might be a little bit tight window, but he can make that throw. I've seen him make it all the time in college. He can make that throw. But you kind of see he kind of drops his eyes already. Once they kind of mess up the stunt here, his eyes are already dropping. He's like he saw the stunt breaking down like early. You'll see it here. He sees it breaking down instead of just like getting this ball out to Henderson, right? Which he should have done because this corner is so high here. I'm sure I can see that, yeah. So that corner is so high here that he could just get this ball at Henderson right away and make that guy try to make a tackle on him, or just be a little bit patient, come backside, and kind of hit this guy who's gonna hit this. He's gonna stop right here, right? That guy's open.
Yeah.
Right, but he kind of already dropped his eyes, so he panicked a little bit, and then he tried to throw it to Henderson anyways. Ended up fumbling.
Oh.
Yeah, so he didn't look that good in the preseason. I'm not gonna lie, he didn't look that good. And that's what I mean, like how he dropped his eyes here, and it's like he saw the breakdown, and instead of just kind of staying patient and maybe coming backside and knowing you have to take a hit, which you have to do in this offense, you got to take some hits, and you can't be bailing like this in this offense trying to make plays all the time because it's not gonna work. And this is like this could be like the perfect example of what I mean, like anticipation here. So I'll let this one run here. He ends up kind of forcing it there because he's getting some pressure. But this is another red zone staple for the Josh McDaniels Patriots offense, right? Because you're gonna have Matt Collins running this back end here, right? He's gonna be running the back end of this one. You're gonna see, I think this is Boot, who's going to come in and then come back outside. So he's going to kind of fake a dig, come back outside, and then you're going to see Henry kind of come on a mesh route here. And what should happen is, and if you know, what I'm saying, if this is like, high level, like Jared Goff running this offense, what he did with Ben Johnson, or even Josh Allen, he should see the safety dropping, and he should be throwing this ball to Matt Collins like right now, right? But since he has the pressure coming, it's like the anticipation is not going to be there. So that's really how this offense is set up. Like he's supposed to be throwing this ball to Hollins, like now. Like how he's throwing this football, this ball should be going here to Hollins.
Yeah,
he kind of forces it in there. So as I'm saying, like he's a little bit iffy in the offense itself. I'm not saying Drake Maye's like a bad quarterback or anything like that right now. I think just offense is just something that he's never really done before. And I think you're gonna see the same little issue with Caleb Williams. Because like I said, as soon as you see that safety come in, he should be throwing it right back here to Hollins. Yeah. That's where Hollins is. You're gonna see Hollins right there. And you kind of miss that. And of course, this offensive line, this is what I'm talking about too. You have a chance to kind of feast on these guys a little bit. Yeah, these are backups, and they're getting some pressure there. All right, but what you do have to worry about, since he is a little bit unsure of himself, he's gonna start running like he did last year. He ran for like 400 yards last year, and he didn't play he only played like I think 10, maybe 9-10 games.
Yeah,
he ran for 400 yards because he will do this. Okay, so if he's unsure of himself, he's gonna try to make some plays, and you got to kind of keep him in the pocket. As you see right here, takes off, gets 11, gets the first down, slides. And then this next one here, kind of the same thing. Nothing's there. Looks, sees he can get to the end zone, kind of takes off. See, nothing there. I can take off. I can get to this end zone. I can score a touchdown. So you have to worry about his legs. I think that's the biggest thing that I'm worried about is that if they get kind of lost in trying to, what I would say, stop him and confuse him too much, and he just starts running all over you, because he will. Like I saw, like that's the kind of the biggest thing I saw from him on film last year is his willingness to use his legs when guys aren't getting open, and him making plays, and when they need him to run, he is willing to run. Like it's not going to stop him. He's going to try to get that first down. He's going to put his head down and everything. He's a little crazy with it because he is a bigger dude. I mean, he's not a small guy. I think he was 6'4", 220, I believe. So he's not like he's not a small dude. So he's going to go out there and he's going to try to run. And I think that's where the Raiders really have to focus, is if he is so iffy in his offense and the game, the lights, everything's flying past him, he's not anticipating things, he's going to start running. And I think you do have to really worry about that, because he can use his legs well. And I saw some make him, even college, you saw has some very long runs in college. And even last year on film, he had some long runs, right? Like I said, he had almost 500 yards rushing in about 8 to 9 games, man. So if you just add that up, that's like almost 800. Like if it just keeps going, he's at 600, 700. You know what I mean? So that's probably the most dangerous part of him right now is his legs. And because I do think the offense is a little tough for him. It might be a lot of check downs and him trying to run all over you. So
yeah. I mean, like I said, it looked like a guy that was still thinking, still kind of figuring out the offense of the scheme, which it's one of the benefits of the Raiders getting these guys week one is we know the Raiders have a lot of changes. So do the Pats. They have a lot of turnover on their roster, brand new coaching staff. On the second offense that Drake Maye's had to learn in as many years. So definitely think you can catch these guys thinking a little bit, but I know he has plenty of arm talent. He's a guy that obviously not rooting for him this weekend, but normally I liked Drake Maye's game coming out. He's a guy that kind of hope has a little bit more success than did last season out in New England. So he's a damn good player, that's for sure. And someone that can hurt you. So I'm interested to see what he and Henderson can do, because Henderson also put out some pretty damn good tape at Ohio State last year. Like you said, it seemed like he's having a pretty smooth transition and finding his niche in that as that like third down back, and a great compliment to Stevenson, who's kind of your first and second between the tackles type of runner to punish you.
Yeah, and I liked Maye. Overall, I did like Maye's film last year as a rookie. I thought he played pretty good for a rookie coming in there with a kind of with a bad offensive line and a kind of weaker situation. I thought he played well. It's just I know this offense is just something that he's not used to it, and I think honestly, I don't know how many quarterbacks right now are used to that. So I'm not going to knock him, but for when they're talking about a camp, it felt like they're hyping him up like he was really running it really well. But you watch it on film, you kind of see like that he's kind of struggling with the anticipation of the dig routes and all those things. Like you got to be like Jared Goff, like was with the Lions last year, where you're throwing that dig super early in between the zones and things like that, and that's how this offense runs. So. So the Raiders have to take advantage of that, because if you can keep the zones tight and just make him think and hold the ball and get some pass rush, you can get some sacks too, because then he's gonna try to run, and maybe you can get some of those mistakes and make him make some mistakes as a young player. So that's gonna be the factor for me for them. But yeah, and just Henderson's gonna be running some choice routes and some wheel routes on those linebackers. So Atlanta Roberts, I hope he's got his Wheaties ready.
Yeah. I like you mentioned like him operating the offense well, because now it makes a little more sense why Brian Flores was running some crazy coverages in the preseason. He's like, oh, you're gonna run it well? Okay, let's see how well you run it. Let's prove it, motherfucker. And then, I mean, like you talked about, I think if you're Graham, like you have to see that a little bit and be like, yeah, maybe I want to disguise things a little bit, show stuff that's in it, or make the picture change post snap and stuff like that. Because obviously, right now, if he's struggling to pick up a new offense, let's add an extra wrinkle and make it even more difficult on him. But I think that, and you pointed out, like the pass rush is going to be key, which I think they can get to this offensive line. 2 rookies starting on the left side, so could be a good game for guys like Adam Butler and Malcolm Kuntz, and then Morgan Moses got to be close to getting toasted, like 40 or something like that, mid 30s against Max Crosby. So I like that matchup for them too. So yeah. I think they can do it. I think this is the first game that a lot of people have circled as a win for the Raiders, and it's definitely winnable with all they have going on.
For sure. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Of course, we'll be back with Friday Night Live. Probably get to do some member stuff with the Patriots offense here too as well. And then of course, get your jacket. Go ahead, get your starter jacket right there. Hit that QR code, get the jacket. Let me know if the QR code does not work, and then the link will be in the bio as well. But if that QR code doesn't work, let me know in the comments, guys. And then also, and then we'll be back Friday Night Live. And of course, we have our first instant reaction to some real action, right? You know what I'm saying? So we're excited for that, guys. Finally, right? Finally. All right. So we are out of here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Peace.